Good, Chimu's dead, as it should be.
Ladies and gentlemen, with EU5 right around the corner, it's time to finish telling the tale of one of my favorite EU4 games. Welcome to the Nation That Jandar, Part 2. Where we last left off, our nation had been kicked out of our homeland by the Ottomans, and managed to grow into a sizable nation despite the hardship. With the thought that the Ottomans on my side would make things easy compared to the suffering I went through, I had originally planned to call the campaign there. But after I released part 1 of this video, 6 months after the initial stream, I got the desire to finish it. And so our story kicks off with the nation of Jandar enjoying peace and
Here we go. Peasants' War.
the debt and manpower depletions from our constant wars left us in a situation the peasants I didn't quite like. Eventually we got that solved though, and with that we can now continue our expansion. Russia is breaking the Great Horde to our north, and with our friend Dithmarschen here for moral support, we can take advantage of that. And out of it, we also get a new friend with the event vassal in the area. And with that, a thought starts to arise in the Jandar courts. Our newfound border with Genoa lets us get the Ottomans into a reckless war, which would include the Austrians. And we can use that war to cripple our friend. This is just the thing we need to eventually retake our homeland. There ends up being a huge debate between the pro and anti-Ottoman crowd. However, it is cut short.
Oh no.
The Russians called. They want the rest of the Great Horde's land. And the Ottomans, having caught word of what's going on in our court, not really in the mood to lift a finger to help. Now, we're friendless, and two large nations sit at our door. The pressure builds. It's only a matter of time. Right? Nothing happens. Our doom's been impending for over 50 years, and other routes aren't really viable for expansion. Russia's to our north, Transoxiana grew huge to our east, and well, the Ottomans are to our west. Let's go see how Europe's doing.
As well as the Orthodox in Italy. Or in Germany. There it is. We've been waiting for this one. Friendless. Penniless. In a word, duped.
We lost. We lost everything. Make that double, too. But I'm not a man without a plan. Did you know the Age of Revolutions has a special modifier? You can make cores at any distance. Usually this shouldn't be relevant because by this point in the game, how are you in a situation you need this? We need this! By strategically eliminating the other OPMs, we are now free from bordering the Ottomans. They can't kill us now. My original goal for this campaign was just to survive to the end. And it's the mid-1700s. Anything we can do to just buy a little more time, we need to get on. And that includes a plan to become the Oirat's tributary. If I could get the protection of a nation like that, I can make it to the final year. But they won't accept that. The revolution happened down in Bengal, if you're curious. Nothing much came of it. And, that's kind of it. Nothing else really interesting happens. The story ends with us getting chipped of our provinces right down to the finish line. We're Justin Nogai with a dream. The mad dash to survive was the most fun I've ever had with EU4. It flipped the usual experience of the late game map painter on its head. And I got to finish this story. Video's coming out before EU5. Couldn't be happier. I have been the Archduke. I'll see you in EU5. We'll do EU5 videos, don't you worry.
That can be our next game, Cory and the Hassa.